fact, why don't we take that question to our next guest? Joining us on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline, Steve Kaufusi, assistant football coach for BYU. Coach, Red Vines or Twizzlers? What do you think?
How you guys doing?
We're fantastic.
Hey, we're good.
We're good, man. We're glad to have you on.
What was your question there? I didn't quite hear you.
We need you to pick the ultimate winner in the licorice category. Really important things that we're talking about. Red Vines or Twizzlers?
Man, red vine, man. I always got to have red vine when you go to the movies.
You're with Jerem right now. That's winning the poll right now. Okay. We got the we got the important thing out of the way. So let's talk about football and basketball. And your son Corbin is in both for BYU. You're away from him. He's down here playing at the West Coast Conference Tournament. Do you miss him more as a parent or as a football coach right now because he's not in spring ball?
Well, right now we miss him more as a coach. You know, we could use him right now in spring ball, and he's every rep he can get. But you know, we got to let him finish what he's doing.
Steve Kaufusi with us on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline. Now, it's for the greater good, right? I mean, he just helped BYU beat Gonzaga for a third straight time in Spokane. Where were you watching that game, and what was happening emotionally for you in that moment when you see Corbin get that putback and essentially the game winner?
Oh, man. Yeah, so we were just sitting at home with my wife and, Bronson, his wife, my daughter Alexis, and, watching the game there. And, it was just fun. I mean, we all the way through saw him put that back. We were happy for him, happy for the team to keep the game close. And then, of course, they didn't get home till later, right? About 2:30.
Yeah.
I think they finally, we all went down to the airport and welcomed them back in, stopped by Beddoes, picked up some food, went back home and put the game back on. We watched it again until 4:30.
Nice.
So, that was kind of our night there.
What was it?
So it was fun.
What was it like to watch that putback to kind of seal the deal from your son?
Man. I was just so excited for the team, excited for him to run in there, because you notice when that ball was shot, he hustled down there and kind of weaved his way through to a couple of the Gonzaga guys, and the ball happened to take a cougar bounce and fell right down his hand, and he put it back. I mean, couldn't ask for anything more than that. So, again, we were excited. My wife was screaming her lungs out, so it was a nice moment for us.
What do you expect from him in this tournament, as BYU has a lot of momentum coming off a win against number one?
Well, he has a specific role, just depending on the matchups, and I think the coaches know when to put him in. So, I told him to be patient, and, when his name is called, to get out there and, really spark the team and do whatever the coaches want him to do. So, yeah, pretty much, as a coach, I'm just advising him to, stay focused and just do what he's asked to do. And so that's the biggest thing there. He's not getting a lot of minutes like we all want. It's mainly maybe when, our big guys get in foul trouble and, we're playing a bigger team like Gonzaga, to push their big guy around. So, yeah, so he has a specific role, and I'm sure the coaches know what to, when to put him in and ask certain things out of him.
Steve Kaufusi with us on BYU Sports Nation, assistant football coach, and now coaching the linebackers. What has that transition been like for you, going from the defensive line to the linebackers, Coach?
Man, I can't even count anymore. I think that's 23 years of coaching D-line. And I love the change. Coaching linebackers. It's been seriously, I've been excited just to make that move so I can coach a different position, different perspective, looking from the back end of things, up front. So, it only helps me. So I'm looking forward to that.
What is the biggest nuance and difference for you coaching the linebackers versus the defensive line?
Well, I think you're kind of, the big guys, you're pretty much involved. There's a lot of mechanics involved, being there, because you got to not only be physical, you got to teach a technique. The linebackers, a little more mental part of that, because of all the change up, the calls, and where they got, just their footwork, being patient, a little different, with those guys. In my mind, it's not as so much. I don't want to say the word easier, but it just seems like just a totally different techniques, mechanics. Working with those inside linebacker, outside linebacker guys. From our D line. So yeah, I'm excited about the change.
Coach Elisa Tuiaki is now on the defensive line. What advice would you give to him after 23 years at that position?
You know what? Elisa has coached D-line before. He's coached running backs. He's coached, different positions in his coaching career, which is pretty awesome, and that's what makes him a great defensive coordinator. But, and he understands. So I don't know if I could give him any hits, It's just, he does a great job, even when I was coaching D-line, he'd come over and, with always had an addition to add on with things that he's learned, from, coaching at other places, plus the scheme that we're running, they're used, he's used to that. So it's been great learning from him. It's been great learning from Kalani. Kalani's coached linebackers before, so, I'm also learning what he wants, technical wise and things that, the way he wants it done. So that's what we're doing here. So he spends a little time with me, showing me and talking to me and coaching me up on little details of things that the way he would like things done at linebacker. So it's been awesome to learn from both of those guys.
What's the goal this spring practice? As last year it was you're introducing each other to each other on the new staff and to the players, and now you've had a year under your belt.
It's been a great year, and really even just coming for the first week of spring, it's been great to, I know from other positions, but, kids like Fred Warner, for example, and Coach Pau'u and Francis, you just see the year of experience they've had has helped them, stay sharp and having a better understanding of our scheme. And so that's been great. And now they're turning around and helping the young kids who, maybe just got off their mission or, transferred in or maybe, didn't play, maybe redshirted last year. So it's been wonderful. They're like little coaches themselves, So we do ask them to help facilitate, all their knowledge into the young guys. So that's been great to see those young guys helping the other younger kids.
Talking with BYU Linebackers Coach Steve Kaufusi, joining us on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Coach, where has this team improved the most from last March to this March?
Just being a weekend, I think as a whole, obviously there's a new scheme, new terminology, young players trying to understand what position coach is trying to teach and execute, So I think with the veteran guys, it's been a year now, you can see the improvement. And like I said, they're helping the younger kids, coaching them on the sideline also and talking to them, exactly what they're supposed to be doing. So it's just another year under our belt. So I see a huge improvement, consistency, maybe in our execution and anticipating things that happen out on the field. So, you definitely see the after a year, being here with new schemes on both sides.
How is Bronson, your oldest son's, recovery from that broken ankle with the Baltimore Ravens?
Yeah, so after the season, the organization kept all the injury guys, on injury reserve. They kept them there. They had all the rest of the team go home, for a little vacation. But he stayed there for about maybe a month. He just returned. He's got the green light to go. He's fully recovered. So they let him come home. So he's here in Provo, just working out here every day and probably return somewhere middle of April to their OTA off-season training they have. And so, he's good to go. He's doing everything and following all the workouts they have for him.
How much interaction do you have with him, Coach? Is it on a daily basis as he makes that comeback?
Yes, we do. And I'm kind of happy, as a parent, you always hope that you have a tight relationship with your kids when they get older. So it's been fun just to, we pretty much talk every day, whether it's a text or, get on the phone, after work late at night. And, always talking about things he's doing and always talking about, he might ask me questions about, technique, and it's always that. But other than that, we're always finding time to talk. And him and Corbin are pretty tight, so they do talk a lot, to each other.
What do you say to him when Bronson or Corbin asks you, "Hey, Dad, which son do you love the most?"
It's funny you bring that up. In our family, we never talk stuff like that. So nobody's asked. So don't start something.
Or you just say, I love Devin the most. Okay, guys. Hey, Steve, it's great to talk to you. We wish you the best in your new position of the linebackers coach, and we know you'll be watching BYU basketball in the tournament. Thanks for the time.
Hey, thanks a lot, and go Cougars.
You got it. Steve Kaufusi joining us on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, your values, your timeline, your financial future.